G'day, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, my name is Josie Peterson, your host, coming to you from Sydney, Australia. You've somehow come to be on this call or on this live stream right now. My role right here and now is simply to welcome you to this presentation. We have a presenter today that is he is about to unleash some amazing opportunities that are available to us, particularly in these crazy, unprecedented times. And so, you know, I get that you could have been anywhere else doing something else, but you, well, hey, you know, most of us here are in lockdown. I know we're 8 weeks in it right now here in Sydney. Aotearoa, I believe you've had a bit of a shake over there as well. That said, we wanted to bring this opportunity to you to, you know, just to let you know that there is hope. There are other ways. And anyway, I'm very honoured and privileged to introduce this gentleman who is going to present to you this afternoon. He hails from Christchurch, Aotearoa, New Zealand. He is a father of 4, an author, world traveller, a coach and mentor, and he is extremely successful businessman and heartfelt entrepreneurial leader. His success is an incredible journey to go from having nothing, going nowhere, dare I say, lost everything, but somehow managed to re-emerge and come back. And this gentleman here will be sharing these opportunities with us today. He is New Zealand's first top 6-figure income earner in a very, very short time. That said, I want to hand this over to you. What I will ask this is simply be open-minded, because just like the parachute, it only works when it opens. Yeah. And so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce Mr. Stephen Davis. On you, brother.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, sis, for the wonderful introduction. And I'm just going to let you see me on the screen here. So hello, everyone. And this is the wonderful introduction that Josie just said for me. And I'm very pleased to be with you tonight. I'm going to hide my phone meeting controls. And I want to start by asking you a question, because, you know, your country, perhaps like mine, is going through a lot of change. And that change has been going on since around about March last year, 2020. And this is all related. And I want to get you thinking, because I know I began thinking about this as well not too long ago. So what day do you think the most heart attacks happen on? What day do you think the most heart attacks happen on? When you look at it Monday through to Sunday. And I'll ask another question is, what day of the week do you think that people find the most relaxing? What day of the week do you also believe people find the most relaxing? Got your answer? Well, if you'd said, let's have a look. If you look at here, if you said that Monday, then you'd be right. In fact, it says here the risk of getting a heart attack was 11% higher on a Monday than any other day from Tuesday to Friday. And did you guess Saturday for the most relaxed day? I asked someone today, they guessed right Monday and they guessed right Saturday. I said, why do you say Saturday? Well, I asked them Monday, they said, well, Mondays because that's when people go back to work. That's traditionally been the way, right? And I asked, why did you say Saturday? Because you are actually right. And they said, well, that's the after Friday, that's when people are just finishing work, and Sunday they're just preparing to go back on Monday. So that's why they believed it was Saturday. So yes, the statistics agree. And if you were thinking that along the same lines, then congratulations, you guessed right. You know, by the age of retirement, what state do you think most people's finances are in? And thinking about what we were just asking before, what do you think? Usually just over broke. Why? Why is that? Why do you think that most people, not all, but why do you think most people's finances are just over broke by the time that they retire? Well, it's related to this, about what most people are doing for most of their life. And what do you think that is? Yeah, that's right, job. And that's an acronym that some have said means just over broke. So maybe that's what you had been doing up to this time. And now with the epidemic, I know for me in my country, New Zealand, we've just entered into lockdown. We're into our second day. For some part of our country, it's going to be 7 days. And for others, like myself, it's currently 3, but we're perhaps going to be extended. And you know, after a year of being free relatively of COVID, here we are revisiting it again, and everybody having to stay at home except for essential workers. I know in Australia, our nearby neighbours, some parts of the country like Sydney are now into their 8th week of lockdown again after being relatively free. And what I really wanted to get you to think about today is, you know, have you been able to recognise that the world has changed? You know, some would have thought that, oh, this COVID thing would come and it would go and would be over in perhaps by the end of last year. But no, here we are in different parts of the world going through different surges, different strains, and it's giving us food for thought, helping us perhaps to pause. And I hope you do pause, because when you look at this sort of thing here and you think about the way that most people live their lives, Monday to Sunday is through the 9 to 5 general job, or you know, then and it's led to people being stressed out on Mondays and relaxed on Saturdays. That's not the ideal way to live, right? And so, and when we look at people's finances and think about that, and you included, me included, up to recently, and just thinking, yeah, you know what? If I don't change something, then I'm going to be just over broke, because I find myself having to pay out bills that are regular, and also those that just pop up from time to time, and it keeps putting me back. So something's got to change somewhere along the line. But until something like the epidemic comes along, most of us, I would say, are like this, right? That, you know, someone might come up with a bright idea, and what do we say? No, we're just too busy. We're too busy what? We're too busy working the 9 to 5 grind. We're too busy doing surviving, right? Rather than thriving. We're too busy doing what we think is the best thing we can do. And probably it has been the best thing that we can do prior to the internet. That, you know what, working for someone else, going through the school system, then plugging into the employment system and working till we were 60, 65, and now even later, you know, perhaps that was the best thing for us to do. And so that's okay, because that's all we knew up to now. But did you know that the internet world has really transformed things? And you'll see as I go through what I'm sharing with you tonight, how so. And perhaps this is something that you should be strongly considering, especially at a time like this, that is locking you, me, and people that we care about into other people's homes, so that we can't use this answer, right, to say, hey, we're too busy. We can say no thanks, but in a time where we can't actually do much else, then we should be saying, yes, please show me. Maybe there is a better way than working the 9 to 5. For all of our life. And I want to tell you that there is. Because for most of our life, what we've been told, been doing is just doing what we've been told. If you look at 1 to 13, you can, it'll probably make you a bit laugh, but if you think about it a bit deeper, maybe it'll make you a bit cry or tearful, because you'll be thinking, shucks, this is exactly what I do, is that I get up and I live my life on automatic, day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. And if you don't watch out, decades can go by. And you don't want to live that life on automatic. The epidemic has given us time to pause. It's actually forced us. And I loved what my worst crisis did for me. It forced me to pause in my 40s so that I would sort some things out in my life. And if there's anything I would say to you during times like this is, where you're forced to do something that you don't really want to do, after the first week or two, right? First week or two, that's no problem. But then you get into the 3rd, the 4th, the 8th, and so on, and then you're just over it. So utilize the time to think better, so that you can move ahead better, and in the time when you are forced to pause for thought. So that's where I want to go into one of the platforms that have been made available throughout the world. In fact, it's the one that's grown the fastest during the worst time in our history. I say it's the worst time in our history because if you look at what's happened to the world, never, I was telling someone just before this presentation, I said, never has there been a time inside history, our history, you and I that are alive today, watching this, listening to this, where we've been stopped worldwide? We cannot travel for the most part. We cannot even go out of our homes except to get groceries, and unless we're an essential worker. And we have to wear masks everywhere. And so, like never before, our kids are being educated online. We are having to work from home, and we're not able to do much else other than that. And so it's really good to be able to consider options that allow us to build a life that's different from the one that we relied on up to now. Because if we don't learn from things like what's happening, like the epidemic, then we're doomed to repeat the same mistakes or have the same frustrations, right? So I want to welcome you to one of the platforms that's transforming the world throughout, and maybe this is something that you're ready for after a year, 18 months of what we've been going through worldwide. So I want to welcome you to this business presentation. It's a Crowd1. I'm an independent affiliate. That means I'm not an employee of the company. I'm not a direct representative, but as an independent affiliate that I have had this opportunity given to me, I've been able to grow inside it during the epidemic, and it's helped me to transform my life in a way that I only could have dreamed about when I first started March 2020. Where I was broke, like Josie Peterson, who introduced me to you today, and I was somebody that was going nowhere fast. And so when someone reached out to me, I said no 3 times, but on the 4th time, I was open enough, because I'd learned through the crisis, the deepest crisis in my life a few years ago, to, don't be so stubborn so that I don't miss out on something that could potentially help me during another real bad or terrible time. So I'm going to help you to turn your mobile into an online business. And if you're ready and open to that, listen very, very carefully, and let's share about this wonderful platform. Let's go through and talk about the timeline. And first of all, I want to tell you that in 2016, that's when the planning started. By December 2018, well, it was ready to launch. And then one short year later, December 2019, it had its first 1 million members. That's really amazing for any company, any business. You think of anything you're a part of, and you'll know that's true. When we came into 2020, what happened? Well, that's when COVID came along, and we saw it on a ship. We saw it in China, and we thought, we're okay. But very shortly, just like the cold or the flu, it spread throughout the whole earth. And then we found ourselves by about March 2020, locked in our homes. That's where I was. I'd said no three times prior to being locked in. And as I saw lockdown 4 taking me into my home, I said yes to see what would happen, that perhaps this would be the life changer for me. Well, during the worst time in our history, this company grew the fastest in history. It is the fastest growing crowd in history. It grew from 2 million when I joined in March to 21 million by the 8th of December 2021. If you look to the right-hand side in 2021 to where we are now, you'll see that figure of 30 million. Well, you can forget that figure, because now it is 33 million members worldwide. The fastest growing crowd company inside history during the worst time. And if we were to compare it to countries inside the world by population, you'd see that we'd be sitting just above Peru. We would have pushed it down to 44th. We would be inside the 43rd spot, and that's Worldometer, and that has about 220 odd countries inside Worldometer. That's where we would be sitting. If we compare this to Facebook, and that's a good place to compare it to, because you'll be watching this on live stream most likely through Facebook. You'll see from their own figures that in 2004, they had 1 million. By 2005, the end of their 2nd year, they had 6 million. And by the end of their 3rd year, they had 12 million members. You go, oh, hold on, wait a minute, how old is Crowd1? Well, let me tell you that this company that I'm telling you about is 2.5 years old. It has got 33 million members. Now we flick back to here to Facebook, and you say, what? How was that growing faster than Facebook? Because Facebook is an amazing platform. It's got billions of people on it now. You're right, it is amazing. We can share so much that we never were able to do previously. Facebook is also a free platform. So we can plug in and we can do a great many things on it. And yet, this one here, Crowd1, in 2.5 years, has grown 3 times faster presently. And it does cost a one-off price if you want to be an entrepreneur. You can come on as a customer, you can come on as a member even for free, but to be an entrepreneur, it costs a one-off price to be a business entrepreneur. Amazing, right? So how is it? Let me see if I can do my very best to help you to understand what is going on with this platform and how it is being able to smash records worldwide and even historic ones. Let's have a look at one or two other independent sources. This is the Alexa ranks, and Alexa is an Amazon.com company. You'll know about that. And what the Alexa ranks do is they measure different statistics, you know, about search traffic, looking at websites, engagement online, popularity of the businesses or the website, unique visitors, and audience geography throughout the whole world. And what you'll see up there on the top right-hand side, the Alexa ranking is 1,089. You'll be wondering, what is that out of? Well, let me tell you, that is out of over 1.5 billion websites worldwide. Think about every website that you plug in, Facebook included, Amazon included, YouTube. So all the websites, your email, and you'll be able to see, oh, there's a great many, all right? Yeah, that's correct. And out of them all, we are now so high in just a short period of time, 2.5 years. Now, if I was to go, and you can see here that by January 2022, Crowd1 believes it's going to be in the top 100. Now, the top 10,000 is amazing, right? Out of billions of websites, out of over a billion, 1.5, to be in the top 10,000 would be amazing, incredible. Yeah, but we're just about in the top 1,000, and that is unbelievable for such a company in a very short amount of time. And this is in the whole world. If we look at the commission payouts for the multi-level marketing industries, and look at this particular one, it's called Business for Home. They're the global leader in direct selling news. You'll see that the whole payout for this industry in 2020, just last year, was nearly 42 billion. And of that, 34.5% was shared out to its members worldwide. There are over 693, in fact, 694 companies, services that utilize the multi-level marketing industry, recognized by Business for Home. But if you look onto the left-hand side, what are you going to see? You're going to see Crowd1's overview. You're going to see that they are 5 stars. There's multiple reviews on it, 5-star ratings. You go through, you see there was 0 million for the first few years because it didn't even exist. 2018, its first year, it began December that particular year, 1 million. Then 2019 went up to 90 million in revenue, and then last year it grew 733% to 750 million. Now stop for a moment and think about that. During the worst time, it grew the most. And I look through all the products, all the companies and services in the multi-level marketing industry recognized by Business for Home, and I couldn't find any that were 733% increase during the worst time in history. Then look at the estimated commission payout down there. You'll see that out of that, 75% was paid out to its members. Now, the average, as you see in the middle of the screen, is 34.5%. And if you look on the left, it's over double what the average is. Again, I look through most, not all. I tried my best. It's got very tiring looking at hundreds of them, and I couldn't find any that were 75%. I found one that was about 69, and the rest were hovering around the average, which was 34.5%. It's a real incredible progress for this company to see what it's doing. The last thing I want to say before I move on to the next slide is that out of the 42 billion that was earned by the whole multi-level marketing industry last year, Crowd1 in 2.5 years already has a whopping 750 million of that 42 billion. That is amazing. That's nearly a billion of the 42 billion. So think about that. This company has come out of nowhere and has grown immensely to be leading the Business for Home ranking system. And here we can see that. So now it's gone to AA+, which is described as an awesome opportunity for anybody. In the momentum ranks over the last 18 months, it's fluctuated from 1 to 3, gone up and down out of 694 companies. And again, you can see the Alexa ranking of 1,089. But if you look at the 1,500 here, you know what that represents? That represents the very highest points that you can have, especially when it comes to multi-level marketing industries. As I told you before, it is out of 1.5 billion plus websites worldwide. And I was hoping that I had one other slide there, but I do not, never mind. But if I was, it would show the multi-level marketing, how we're Crowd1 is #1 above every other one, like Amway, Melaleuca, New Skin. There are thousands down the ranking in the Alexa rankings. So what is Crowd1 and how is it that it's got to become so popular, so well known, and changing hundreds, thousands, in fact, hundreds of thousands and even millions of people's lives? Well, it's similar to other companies you may have heard of, like Uber, Airbnb, Spotify, and Agoda. None of those companies own their own cars, beds, music, or hotels. So can you see where Crowd1 fits in? It does the similar thing. It lets third-party companies market themselves on our platform. That's what we do. So everything that you're going to see from here on in, all the products, all the services, they are not Crowd1's. They are companies that already exist worldwide. And I'm going to show you where they exist. They are in the online digital technology space. And that should give you peace of mind. And because you know that on the offline world, people can be shut down. Businesses can be even closed for long periods of times with no definite time on when they're going to be open. But the online digital space, it explodes, especially during this time. People are plugging in more than ever before to be entertained, to find out news, to learn more about building their personal development, to grow their businesses. So the online digital space is the way to go. And you may be going, oh yeah, I'm getting that now. Well, I hope you are, because when I show you this, this will strongly encourage you and inspire you towards this way. Because if you look at the top 10, you'll see that the top 10 overall richest people in the world, you may recognize some of them and even the fields that they are involved in. If you do, congratulations, you're well versed. But look at the top 10 in tech, which is digital, just beneath that. Can you see that a lot of the people on the top 10 in tech are also in the top 10 overall richest people in the world? In fact, 6 of them. 6 of the 10 in the second bunch, the top 10 in tech, are in the top 10 overall. So what that's telling me and what that's telling you is a very, very helpful clue. The digital space is the way to be. Ever since the internet has come along, it's changed the game. We're now into the digital space, the digital technology space. We used to be into the industrial, but now here we are, and these people are doing so well, and they're leaving clues for us to follow. Another great thing that you're doing right now, like with me, is we're being able to share from a mobile device, phone, laptop, tablet, or maybe perhaps another device that I cannot think of off the top of my head. And so that's really amazing because you don't need to have an office anymore. Your office can be your car, it can be your bedroom, it can be your garage, it can be anywhere that you set up, anywhere, anytime, any place, anyhow. And so that means less expenses, and that means far easier to be able to share to anybody. Perhaps you've never earned money through your cell phone. If you're into the crypto field, which is we've realized is real, then yeah, you could be doing it right now. That's amazing. Maybe you've even plugged into a side business, maybe an online one even. So congratulations to you, because you're plugging into the digital space, which is the way to change yourself faster from the 9-to-5 offline jobs. But maybe you are not doing anything of the such up to now. And this is especially for you, because you have a smart device that you utilize for every other part of your life, right? You'll utilize it perhaps to wake up. It's your alarm clock. Maybe it's your music. Maybe it's also the peace out at the end of the day when you go to sleep. In between, you utilize it for every single thing. In fact, you could almost say it's like your spouse, your second spouse, right? Because you'll look to it for the news. You'll get entertained by it. You'll scroll through and make contact with everybody anywhere worldwide. So you name it, you do it. It'll even tell you about your fitness if you plug your watch and other details into it, right? So one thing that you maybe not have done up to now is to earn through it. And you can with this company Crowd1 through Bitcoin as well as through the Euro, which is where this company is based from. So consider it very strongly. Headquarters and regional offices are worldwide. Our head company or our parent company is Impact Crowd Technology. You can feel free to look that up. And we're building our new main office in Dubai. Very massive. In fact, it's 50,000 square feet, and it should be completed in the next weeks, leading up to, so in September. And so they'll have the grand opening. But if you're in some of these locations worldwide, congratulations, you can pop in and say hello, maybe get some local support. But other than that, we are available online. You can plug into our online support. Doing the very best to keep up with the fastest growing crowd company history. Very difficult, but they're, like I said, doing their best during times like this. This is the man, Jonas Erik Werner. He's the founder of Crowd1. And if you look on the left-hand side, you can learn a little bit about him. Let me summarize and share perhaps a little bit more. He has been involved in real estate as well as the multi-level marketing field for 20 plus years. Very successful and built a name for himself and over that time. But in recent years, he wanted to wanted to do something that would break the digital divide. And the digital divide is the online space. And you and I probably traditionally have seen the rich get richer and the poor stay where they are or get worse. But there's been moments of greatness that we've been also able to witness, you know, those pets that do those crazy things that end up helping their owners and themselves become famous and earn money. You've seen those people also, just ordinary everyday people like you and me, well, maybe not like you and me, but they will be doing crazy stunts or very funny things. And again, they will become famous, their posts will go viral, and then they will be earning a living off that. And so Jonas Erik Werner is plugged into that sort of space where it's like, you know, hey, the ordinary everyday person can succeed just like those people. How can I help utilize what I know to help people get ahead in a similar vein? And so he used everything he knew about real estate to say, look, I can help people to get their own homes, but I can't just give them information, because if I just do that, people can get information from polytechs, universities, from whatever. It doesn't guarantee them a job or finances that can transform their life. So he joined together with some other amazing people that wanted to change the world, that know about income, and they came up with this modern platform of Crowd1 that not only helps you to learn about yourself and learn about business, but helps you and I to be able to earn as we do that. So that's amazing. And that's what this person is doing. Recently I went to Dubai and spent time with 500 other excited, inspirational, passionate, full of life people that wanted to expand their minds and share their hearts. And that's what we did. And if you look very closely here, you see in a number of spots, Jonas Erik Werner, he's the one with the mask. And just in case you forgot what he looks like, is he without the mask? And this is him with the mask. And so some of us top people inside Oceania, plus other people in the world, got to meet him, got to take photos with him, and got to hear his heart on the stage, as well as personally when we just greeted him and said hi, amongst many, many others. What are the products and services? That's what you may be wondering right now. Well, when I joined in March last year, there was only one. In fact, it's not here anymore. It was called Migrate Hub, and that was on personal development as well as real estate. Now look at what it's grown to. I joined when it was a vision and a dream that these would exist and be a part of our massive shopping mall. And now look, here they are. Maybe you're into some or all of these: gaming, travel, lifestyle, e-education, that's learning online. Epic One Lotto, do you do that? What about magazine? Do you love to read about the latest technology, the latest trends that are happening? Well, there's the Crowd magazine. How about business card? Do you have your own? Well, we've got the virtual business card. We've got Planet IX, that's virtual real estate. More about that soon. We got the multi-wallet about to roll out. We've got SÄNG that helps to put all your social media into order, organize your online platforms. How amazing will that be? And that's coming very shortly. Plus, we have entertainment, communication, and other projects that are inside the works. None of these are ours. They are other companies that exist, other services throughout the earth. They've decided to partner with us, and I'm going to talk to you more about that partnership now. So how does Crowd1 make money? You may be wondering, so let me help to tell you. Where any of our members plug into any of the companies that you've seen so far, the products and the services, our unique partnership occurs. See, for them to join us, they've got to give 50% of the profits back to us. That's the profits from our members plug into their product or service. You may be asking, yeah, there's a lot. Why on earth would they do that? Good question. Okay, so the reason they will do it, I'll give you two main reasons. Number one is they can't get 33 million people lined up at their shop door, right? That's simple, isn't it? It's like 33 million, the answer is yes. Why? Because there is a lot of profit to be made from whatever their product or service is. There's a great markups. As you'll know, if you're a business owner or you work for a company where you could be an employee, you see the products being stored, you see it being put on the shelves, you know, there's the money for you to work, plus the overtime, plus, you know, the office space, all these different things, they all add up, and yet a profit is still made. Can you imagine the profit that comes from the online space where you can create a product one time and they can earn for all time and over and over and over again? So yeah, so they're happy to have 33 million plus members join on because they're going, wow, we couldn't dream of getting that many people here. Number two, main reason is that they don't have to advertise. We're right there. So that saves them billions of dollars over time of advertising on television and magazines, as well as on the movies and other such spaces, on billboards, you know what I mean? All those things they do not have to do. Why are we happy? Why is Crowd1 happy? Well, for the first time, when you and I go shopping, we actually get to earn money back from the products and services we're using. Isn't that amazing? So you think about your shopping mall right now. If you were to go in, you'd take your money on credit card or in cash, you'd exchange it for a product or service, you'd go out with less money, but you'd go out with the product or service, hopefully that you'd be satisfied with. That's it. But in Crowd1, you go into the online shopping mall, again with your money, you get the product or service that you want, you walk out. At that beginning, you've got less money, but you, through the way that Crowd1 has been set up, when those profits come back from you just utilizing what you want to do or normally do anyway, then it's shared amongst our crowd, depending on how smart you work, how hard you work, and the crowd building around you, and you're getting money back. First time ever. And 50% of those profits come back to us to be shared around. Amazing. So let's go through the products and services that exist as well as that are coming, and I hope at least one or more excites you. I know that by the end of it, you will be. But let's look at life change for a start. This is everything travel-wise. You know, you can do this offline as well as online. I've utilized both ways many, many times over the decades I've been alive. And so you know this is about cars, holidays, cruises, flights, all of those things. Yes, 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 yes. And you can still even do it during times like this, because I did. At the end of May, I went to Dubai and I spent 9 nights in Dubai. I booked in through Life Trends and I got 9 nights with a buffet breakfast, wonderful staff, and it cost me less than $100 a night. And it was at the Crown Plaza in Dubai. But you know what was also amazing is that not only did I get an amazing value that I'll get probably elsewhere or even better, I get to earn from it as well. Here is a little bit of a snippet of the people I met and what I was able to do at that particular hotel. Wonderful, glorious, and amazing people. 1 or 2 that I've actually plugged in socially online, just because they are who they are and I am who I am. So a wonderful place to go utilizing Life Trend. The next one I want to talk about is Mindo, and this is to help us grow personally and professionally. What I love about this is it's growing all the time, and so they had 9 to start off with. These were the 9, and you can see the different categories, different times, and it helps you to go from the old way of living to a new way of living. Grow your mindset, grow what you do, you know, go from the 9 to 5 to becoming an entrepreneur if you want to change your life sooner rather than later. But what's happened over the last week or so is they had another 2 categories come on. One of them is overcoming entrepreneurial challenges. Really, really good for the persons that are just beginning this journey. You know, after being decades being told what to do in a job, actually learning how to be responsible for yourself, take action weekly and even daily. Well, yeah, that's what can be covered, overcoming entrepreneurial challenges and how to manage stress. That is just good no matter what you're doing inside life, in your personal life as well as your business life. So always growing. These are the latest 2 offerings, and I've done both of them last night. All these courses are available in both text and podcast formats, so you can plug in, learn about who you are, as well as about business and how to grow yourself business-wise. Let's go into our next product, and this is about everything to do with gaming. So you think about anything you can do at the casino, those sort of things. Well, here you go. And also Lotto. And with these particular ones, I'm showing you just some of our partners that are where they are able to plug into the products locally. You and I perhaps can't if we're not in Colombia, Mexico, Gabon, Ghana, Mozambique, Uganda. That's okay, because with the way Crowd1 is set up, when any of our members plug in locally, wherever they are, to products they can, the profits come back to us globally, and it's shared globally. See, that is wonderful, isn't it? They get the local benefit, and then we all get the global benefit. There is one product so far that is inside a Go, Epic One Lotto. This is shared globally through most countries, and it has 6 of the biggest lottos inside the world. The difference in this particular one is, yes, they have the normal, you can plug in and buy an individual ticket. Yes, you can do even small group if you want to do that, but they have what we call a syndicate gaming option. And where that is that from the crowd, there may be 100 people that will plug into the lotto this week inside Mega Millions or Powerball. See, those are the 2. They can have the syndicate option. Maybe there's 1,000, maybe there's 10,000. Regardless, if there is one winner inside there of something small or something big, that winner will get 50% of the winnings. So let's look at Mega Millions there. That example, jackpot has 220 million. If one of the people, let's say there's 100, one of those persons wins the Mega Million 220, well, they get 110 million. The other 110 million would be shared amongst the 100, including the winner. So, and they will get an equal part of the remaining 110 million, which, if I worked it out correctly, is 11 million, 1.1 million each. How amazing that would be, just for plugging in as a syndicate. So it's truly play together, win together. Our next product is Mixter, and so it's got 4 categories. 2 of them are rolling out as we speak. Mixter Social is already live. This is everything you can play on any of your mobile devices. Mixter Retro, there's a trip back to the 80s and games such as that. Mixter Live is about to come out, and that's like for those mostly young people I've seen, where they basically, you can be over their shoulder watching them play the games, and they're talking back to you and telling you, you know, little gems about what it's like to play the game and how to play it better. But you can also have interviews with the brand makers, the game developers and such. We'll just have to watch that space as it rolls out over the next few months. And Mixter Plus by the end of the year, well, that is the immersive gaming platform, which or gaming category, which will have games like Fortnite involved in it. Is that you? Well, Mixter could be your thing. There's over 1 million paid Mixter subscribers, and that's exciting because any company that has 1 million plus, well, they're doing incredibly well. In fact, let me just go back to that. Crowd1 took this fledgling company from 34,000 to over 1 million since we've been involved in. So that's something impressive. That's what the crowd can do. When you play, there are tournaments section as well. It's for free. Once you plug into the subscription, you can play in the tournaments that are run daily, weekly, and 1 or twice even monthly, and win branded prizes. Like you can get cell phones, and that could be Apple, Samsung. You can get Game Boys, and all kinds of different things that are available through there. Get into the top, win those. If you do not, you can still get credits if you're in the top 10,000, 15,000 even. And with those credits, they add up, and then you can enter into the lucky dips. Choose the prize that you like. Maybe it's the Apple AirPods. So If you have over 100 credits, bang, you can drop one in. If you have 200, maybe you want to put in 2 entries into the Apple AirPod to give yourself increased chance of winning. Again, branded prizes, reward cards, and all kinds of items continuously revolved as people win new items and prizes are being added. So, hey, why don't you play a tournament? Why don't you enter the Lucky Dip? And know that as you do so, that you can be earning money as well. Because the new way is get the value, get what you want to do, but also get the earnings. So here we have it. The co-founder and director is Gregory Stevens. You can look him up. This company, Emerge Gaming, which is inside Mixter, is on the ASX or the Australian Stock Exchange. So maybe you might even want to consider not only following the news, but looking up this company and go, oh, I might actually get some shares in it, because if this has gone from 34,000 members to over 1 million, ooh, that's a company going somewhere. And if they're rolling out their games, it's only going to get more popular. In fact, I even asked my son, he's 14 years old now, and I said, hey, is there any other company like this that is rolling out such a thing? He said, yes, there is one that's already existing. I said, that's amazing. So they've got 4 categories. He said, yeah, it's got all those 4 categories. I said, oh, cool. I said, can you earn money for it as well? And he said, no. I said, so this one's got the edge on those ones. So, you know, if this has got the edge and my son sees it as so, then maybe that's something for you to consider in your considerations. While this is only available in Nigeria, where you can get discount on amazing beauty products, but know that they're spreading in Africa. And what did we say earlier? That as those people in Nigeria and Africa plug into the products locally, we all benefit globally and earn money from the profit pools. The Crowd magazine exists, and this has all the latest information on not only Crowd1, but what's happening worldwide. You can find great information about testimonies about people changing their lives in the crowd, get trainings from Peter Jacobson. He's also involved in Mindo. You can see the latest technology devices, and there's spotlights on various people throughout the world. Even myself and some of our local persons, we've been featured inside in the latest Crowd magazine. That's Crowd 10. And so if you want to look, you can go and learn about us and our journey. So this is for everyday, ordinary people, just like you and I. Our next product we're going to talk about is the virtual business card. This is called LinkMe. You know what? LinkMe and Mindo, the personal and business development online. These two are part of the same company, United Minds, which is situated in Dubai. What is amazing with the LinkMe virtual business card, let me hold up a few. Here's some physical business cards. You know what? The problem with these, well, the good thing about them is that they've been good for a time. You can give them to someone, but what's the bad thing about these? One is you can lose them, gone. Second, they can fade. Another thing is they run out. And fourthly, you give it to someone and they can throw them away. You know what's great about a virtual business card? None of those things can happen to you. You create it, you can amend it at any time. You can put all your platforms online onto your personal link. And so when someone pushes on it, hey, presto, they'll open up all these different parts of your life. They can follow you, they can learn about you, they can plug into the things that you've put on there that are of value, and they can even join your business if they choose. So it doesn't matter if they choose to not look at it, it's not going to fade away. It doesn't matter if they're not interested inside your business, maybe they're just interested in following you. Just know that it's there anytime, and it's one link away from them plugging into most of your life. The next offering we're going to mention is Planet.ix. And this is amazing because it is a game like no other that I've seen before. It's based on a game which you'll probably recognize, Monopoly. Does that look something similar to you? If you're old like me, or older, should I say, then you'll recognize this game. Even my kids have played it, very frustrating. My daughter, who's now 12 years old, she's the champion. She beats us all hands down. And what's this game about? Well, you play with up to 4 people to win, to build up streets, get a set so that you can earn money on real estate, pretend money, right? Well, the game Planet.ix is different in these ways. The game board is the whole world, a virtual copy of our planet. Amazing. You're playing with millions of players worldwide, not just 4, but we've got 4 million registered, and they're looking to have 100 million plus. At the moment, we're in what we call beta phase. So it's a testing phase. And so I'm on, and other 100,000 plus Crowd1 members are on, and we're trying this game out. We're onboarding onto it. And I'm going to show you a little bit about that shortly. And it's for real money, crypto money. So we're in the phase where we're getting lots of land, but then there'll be phase 2 and phase 3, which I will mention shortly. So very, very amazing. It's worldwide. You can see here, if I was to zoom in, then you'll be able to see it. It goes very, very detailed. And if I was to push that blue button that you see on the screen, that would actually Google it right to my location inside Christchurch, New Zealand. So where are you living? You push the blue button, it would take you to your location. So very, very amazing. Over 4 million registered users, and hundreds of thousands of them will be inside this beta phase, which is going to be up to about October. So only Crowd1 members are able to register on this game, which is going off phenomenally in the 4 to 5, in fact, we're into the 5th week of onboarding with over 100,000 people, and it is amazingly, incredibly moving forward. We're in the first phase, which is buying land. That's what we're all doing on a weekly basis. Phase 2 will be about building, getting resources and building our land, and phase 3 will be full functionality, buy, sell, exchange, and so much more. So let's have a look at the zones. And 5 weeks ago, this is what happened. And 5 and 4 weeks ago, we had zone 1 and zone 2 come out, having multiple lands packages that you could buy for very small prices. And zone 1 sold out in 1.5 hours or 92 minutes. Zone 2, wow, the week later, it sold out in 35 minutes. In fact, it sold out so fast, they decided to release drop zone 022, which sold out even faster, 30 minutes. How amazing is that? We come to a few weeks ago and we had drop zone 3, 6 countries included, including part of my heritage, Samoa. And how fast did that sell out? 3 minutes. Unbelievable. Did it slow down? Not much, because we came into drop zone 4, which was 2 weeks ago, 2 Mondays ago, I should say, had double the drop on there. And what did it do? It sold out in minutes. So they thought, wow, we'll increase it. But no, it still sold out in minutes. We had drop zone 5, and that was on Monday. They're releasing the second part of it on Friday. So much was inside it. And how fast? Well, on Monday, it sold out in minutes, and you can expect Friday, which is going to drop tomorrow, 22 countries from Canada to the Netherlands to sell it very, very fast as well. So this game, people are jumping on board like crazy. You might be saying, why? Well, let me see if I can unpack that for you. This picture that you see in front of you, well, it is a virtual piece of land. So it doesn't exist. It's not a photograph. It's created in the virtual world. Swimming pool, a nice house, a couple of virtual cars, a virtual boat at the marina, some trees. And what did it sell for? $1.5 million in February, on February the 9th this year. Isn't that amazing? Well, it actually sold on February the 8th, but the world woke up to it to see that it sold. They went, what is going on? You may be thinking, what is going on as well? But let me help you to reflect on something else that's virtual, the Bitcoin and other coins. They are virtual. And most of us, at one stage or another, thought they weren't real. It is now, it's in its own digital class. And many of us, probably you included, are jumping on and getting at least a part of a Bitcoin or one of the other ones. So here's some 6 reasons why people are buying virtual lands. Number 1, it's a new asset class. So yes, digital real estate is a real thing. Number 2, FOMO. They've missed out on the Bitcoin and others when it was early stages. And I thought, we're not going to miss out on this. The digital world is real. So is these virtual coins. So is real estate, virtual real estate. We'll get onto it. Number 3, exponential returns. So you can get big returns because it's involved inside the online field as well as the crypto investment universe. So you think about, if you know what flipping land is in the physical world and how you can do that, it takes time, it takes effort. You've got to change things up inside the real physical property, not so much inside the virtual field, the virtual online space. And so that means a lot of returns in a short amount of time. Number 4, additional possibilities of earning. So not only can you get the resources and you can build up a land, but you can do multiple things with it. Perhaps you want to build some sort of studio, art, dance. You might do some advertising on it. and you may even rent it out for others. Imagine that, renting out a virtual space. But yeah, this is what you can do for different things. You may even be able to advertise your business through it. So the possibilities are endless. Number 5, it's easier than buying physical real estate. For anyone that's tried or has done so, you know what I mean. Legalities, documents, bank loans, time, consents, all of those things can take weeks and even months, even years. Here, I was able to get my, go from registering to adding my pixels into the wallet and purchasing pixels within a space of 10 minutes. Massive, massive difference. And last of all, number 6, low entry barrier. You know what it costs to buy land these days, no matter where you are? Well, here it's a fraction of the cost in the virtual field, in the virtual space. So plug in, don't miss out, and be one of those that are playing inside this new game, Planet IX. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. Yes, we are involved in green projects throughout the earth, and that includes tree planting. There'll be other ones that you and I will bring to the fore that consider locally and globally. But here, as we play the game, a small portion of it goes towards actually keeping our world greener. You'll be able to chance to buy a tree or a few of them. And here you see a beautiful forest, one of the beautiful forests inside New Zealand. What about your country? What about the beauty that surrounds you, wherever you are? Well, play and benefit, help our country and our world indeed to stay greener. What about the next 100 days? There's about 100 days left to the end of the year. And so I want you to be thinking about that, because what are your thoughts and your plans as you think forward? Are they thoughts of positivity, thoughts of success moving forward, having one of the best Christmases, if not the best one ever? I don't know. I hope it is. I hope it's positive for you. But the next 100 days in Crowd1 looks something like this. We're going to have SÄNG released very shortly. So I was telling you before, and I'll mention it again, this is SÄNG is short for social media. So it's going to help you to keep track of all the different platforms that you're a part of. How would you like that? Almost like organizing into one space so that you're better able to distribute the material you have, and also better able to plug into what you love to do. Next, we have the multi-wallet, and we're just in the process. This is actually half of us who jumped on as pioneers prior to April this year. You know what? We're getting pioneer rewards, which are going to give us 50% ownership of this multi-wallet company. So imagine what that means for us, as well as for you. We all get to utilize a wonderful product where we can buy, sell, transfer, pay for goods and services, just like Apple Pay and Google Pay. But also we're going to be able to utilize and pay and buy parts of the share market. You know, you could get fractions of shares in Google, Apple, Amazon, but just the fact that we are plugged into the multi-wallet itself, wow, we're going to be able to earn through it as well. So amazing. Look forward to that rolling out in September. We're in the process of transferring what we call Crowd1 rewards to shares, and for all those who jumped on as pioneers, we're getting pioneer rewards. Congratulations. Not only that, you'll be able to do a variety of things. I'll go down to the last 2 there, and it's going to say make transfers via virtual IBAN. What's important about that is that if you are a person that doesn't really like going to banks, you know what? This could be your opportunity to let go of your physical bank and just go totally online. What's coming up in the next 100 days? Entertainment. And this came from the early hours of this morning, actually, from Jonas Erik Werner, plugged into him, sharing it with top leaders, which I'm one of them. And he was sharing entertainment. And the next one I'm going to share is coming in the next 100 days. What do you plug into? Is it Netflix? Is it Sky? Is it something else? Well, I wonder what's going to be released, and I wonder what you're going to choose when this comes on board. What about communication? If I had a microphone in front of me and I've got my pointer, but I could drop this, right? And you know, and I would say communication, oh, that's just it. That's going to bring on hundreds of millions of people, even take us into the billions. Why? Because every single person has a mobile device, even our kids. My 12-year-old at 8 was given a mobile device. No, I didn't give it. And I went, wow. So what about yours? How young are your children and utilizing mobile devices? There are more mobile devices than TVs. And that means connectivity, plans, and that means when we have this communication come on, can you imagine how many people are going to jump on? Why would they do that? Why would they jump on? Well, I'll share about that here. In fact, before this, I'm just going to go straight into this, because what we're offering is value versus value in earning. See, people have inside their hands, hey, I can get this great plan for my mobile device or my entertainment or my travel or my gaming or whatever it is that we do when we shop. But now with Crowd1 is you can get the value plus the earning. So what would you choose given the opportunity? The value that you've always got, or the value and the earnings that you can now have? Of course, you're going to choose the value and the earnings. And that's why when community comes on, you might as well drop the mic. So what are we talking about here? How does Crowd1 make money? Let's remind ourselves again. With the products and services, as our members plug into any one of them, doing things that they normally do anyway, then we are able to earn up to 50% of the profits through Crowd1. And those companies and those services are happy because, like I said, they save on advertising and they have 33+ million members showing up the door. All they've got to do is give us a great deal. And what do we love? Is the crowd. Great deals. Give us a great deal. We'll plug into your product service. Don't, we'll walk. We'll do something else. We'll plug into another Crowd1 product or service, because there are many in our super mall. Plug into what you love, what you want to do, and change your life. So who are you? You've been watching me share about a great many things today, wherever you are on the earth. Are you a customer? Well, that's great, because, you know, why would you consider Crowd1? Well, maybe they're similar to what you're using. Maybe they're better value. But if someone is sharing this to you today, you know, like, and trust them, right? So if you do, how would you like it that instead of plugging into that company or that service where you don't know who you're benefiting? Yes, it's giving you some value, but it's providing you know, positivity and helping that company to grow more. You can help your friend, that person, or your family member, or your spouse, or someone else that you know, like, or trust. You get the discount as you use the product or service, and they will get an opportunity to change their life. That's a great reason. Remember, you can even join free, recommend the products and services, get the discounts, and you can get 4 of the different benefits or incomes. And you know what, they can provide a secondary income to help you inside whatever you're doing currently. Or you can become an entrepreneur. So maybe you're looking at your life and you're going, you know what, Steve, when you showed me those first ones about those first few slides about when's the greatest heart attacks happen on a Monday. Oh, I feel that stress on the Sunday, and just as I start to wake up on the Monday, oh yes, I know what it feels like on a Saturday to be relaxed. And yes, as I think about the future and 65, and it's a long way off, or maybe it's not so far, and maybe it's not so long away, and you go, oh, I just dread it. Well, maybe you want to be an entrepreneur like us and learn a different way. We'll help you to build a team. You can get the discount and get at least seven of the different ways that you can benefit, earn, and change your life. So which are you? It can be any one of them, any one of the 3. There are 7 different ways to earn. These are the minimum amounts that you can utilize to start to change your life from the old way of working 9 to 5, traditionally before the internet, and now you can do it 7 ways in one platform. That's amazing. So what I want to say to you, if you forget everything else from here on in, I just want you to remember this. 7 ways in one platform will always be 1 or more anywhere else. 7 is better than 1. That's simple, right? And if you're working more than one job, you know what that means. That means more time transporting yourself somewhere, probably more time changing clothes so that you can, and getting ready in whatever other way you need to turn up at that place. So yeah, 7 ways are always better than 1. And I want to take you through those 7 now. The first 4 that I'll talk about are for the member and the entrepreneur. Remember, you as a customer, you will get the discount, get the value of, just like you would do with any other product or service that you've plugged in. But for the member and entrepreneur, the fear of loss is your first point of call. Now, this is where 4 other people that are around your life, your friends, your family, your colleagues, they see value in this new way of doing things. Wow, I love that I can not only use the product, but I can earn from it as well. I'm in. And so they'll get one of the packages, the white, black, or gold, or titanium. In your first 14 days, if you get 4 of any one of the packages, you'll get the voucher corresponding to what package they get. So let's say you get 4 persons buy the white package, you'll get €109. It's a gift from the company to utilize in a number of different ways. Maybe you say you get a combination. Maybe you get 1 gold and 3 blacks packages that people will buy in your first 14 days. If you do, well, it defaults to the lowest package. So then you'll get a black package gift to you of €299. So what can you do with the vouchers that you're given from 4 people that see value and want to join? What can you do with it? One of 3 things. Number 1, if you're a free member, you can upgrade yourself to an entrepreneur. That's great. Number 2 is that you can give it away to someone precious in your life. It could be your spouse, a sibling, a best friend, someone that really desperately needs it, that you identify, go, oh, I wish I had this. Now I do, I'm going to give it to them. That's number 2. And number 3, you can sell it, that package, because you're already an entrepreneur, you've already got people that you love inside your business. Well, number 3 is you can sell it to someone else, and then they can be joining your business, and you've just made some extra money. Great Kickstarter, first 14 days, the fear of loss to help you to begin your journey in changing your life. Number 2 is the sales bonus, and this simply is people doing what they normally do. No convincing, you just show them, what do you want to do? You've got an internet plan, or you've got gaming, or you've got travel. Okay, you've got this, what do you think? They'll say, oh, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty similar to what I'm doing, or it's a bit better, or maybe not, just a little bit less better. Say, well, how about you doing it my way? Or this one, this company, Crowd1. Why? Well, you know, like and trust me, of course I do. Well, when you do this, which is similar or better to what you said, then I will earn money. Your friend, your person who knows and likes, trust you, they'll say, yeah, of course I'll do it for you. So when they do what they normally do, you will earn and help to transform your life. Number 3 is the active user pool. And this is you and I, where we actively take part in one of the pools that we would utilize in our life. For me, yes, I do travel. For me, yes, I do game. Yeah, for me, yes, I get the odd lotto tickets. So I've plugged into all 3 of those, and even Planet IX. So that means I am an active user, and I get a part of the profits from those particular pools. Now, if any one of the people I join as a customer, a member, or an entrepreneur directly I've joined, when they plug into any of those pools that I'm an active user, you know what? I get an extra part of the profits from the pool in that. And you know what? The first profits that I'm going to be receiving, and that you receive if you're doing this, is August the 31st. So that is a short 12 days away. So look forward to that. If you are an active user and you have members also that are plugging into the categories that you're a part of, congratulations. Here it is. It tells you a little bit more. This is just showing a little bit about the Mixter. So in here, when I did this, it showed that I am an active user, and there are 8 other users. So that means I get 1 part of the profit pool in the entertainment for me, plus I get 8 extra parts of the pool for each of those 8 people that are joined on. And they will also get it for themselves, 1 point for them. But for me, I get 1 plus 8 for all of them joining it. And it shows the months, June, July, August, and it went on towards the end of the year. So very, very exciting. For the 4th and the final one for the member and entrepreneur is any of the packages, white, black, gold, or titanium. We have a loyalty program and a power starter program. Any good or great business has one. Why? Because people love to be rewarded for plugging into what they normally do. So when people plug into, for example, airlines, their statuses go up. That means greater benefits. They also be able to earn points, which they can utilize to discount products and services, and even sometimes they can purchase all out. You know, it could be a voucher or clothing or a flight, see? So people love to be rewarded. And that's what Crowd1 does. It does what other companies do, what grocery companies do, retail companies and airlines. And so we're rewarding our members as you plug in. Then guess what? We will reward you points to up your status, which will go towards discounting products and services. So that's rolling out as we speak. The Power Starter program is a great onboarding process. So in the first 90 days, it helps you to become familiar with how Crowd1 does things, helps you to establish your identity, helps you to activate your products. And again, that helps you to feel confident, more assured as an entrepreneur, an apprentice entrepreneur, doing something that you're new to. Even if you don't have others around to support you, then you can have confidence that, oh, in the Power Starter program, Crowd1 will help to kickstart me. Yeah, that's right. So this is a wonderful tool to help engagement, to help people be excited, to be plugged in. And you know, the end result is that when we purchase and utilize products and services inside Crowd1, what happens? Profits come back, shared to you and to me. Wonderful. So we've talked about those 4 those are for the entrepreneur and member, but the next 3 are for the entrepreneur only. And so listen very carefully, because these 3 help to get me out of the 9-to-5 grind and help to keep me out of it as well. The first one is the crowd bonus. And this is so special because it gave me 75% of my first 6 figures. Now, just so you know what 6 figures is, that is $100,000 in any currency, whatever you can. In my country, that's what my currency, in my country, that's what it was. And how does this work? Okay, so it starts off by you finding your 2 captains. It's a binary system. That means you have 2 teams. You're the top, and then there's a left team and a right team. And so if you bring in someone, and it should be the people, I recommend the people that you're closest to, bring them on your left and your right. Wonderful. That opens up your team to have multiple members, hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions even, to come into either team. Now, when those people come in teams, each package, a white, black, gold, or titanium, they have points. When you add those points up across the teams in a number of different ways, you earn money. So let's have a look at 3 different combos. I like to call them combos: the regular, the medium, and the large combo. Let's look at the regular combo. This is when you have one person with whatever package and points. In this examples they are gold. So we say 500 business points on left, 500 business points on the right. You add them up on the regular combo, 1,000, and you will always get 10% of whatever the points are through the crowd bonus. So there you go. 1,000 business points would be €100 just for people plugging in to this company that they say, yeah, I want to utilize this to change my life. Number 2, the medium combo, is when you have 2 people come on one side followed by 1 person on the other team. So there you go, 500 times 3 is 1,500 business points. You always get 10%, that is €150, a gift from the profits that you get from the products and services that are partnered with Crowd1. And last of all, we have the large combo. So utilizing the gold package, 500, 3 people on one side and 1 on the other, it makes 500 times 4 people, which is 2,000 business points. You always get 10%, which is €200. Amazing. And so just remember, whatever combo it is, it doesn't matter, because Crowd1 is saying, you know what, thank you for helping build Crowd1 to be what it is today. And those first 2 people you brought in as your captains, you know what, it doesn't just depend on you and those 2. Any one of you and those members can bring in more team members, and also the person who brought you in and above them, they can spill over into your team. So it becomes about you, your members, your team, the crowd, and they can all contribute to your earnings in the crowd bonus. This is paid daily. So remember that, because when you work your job today, when do you get paid? Next week, or a fortnight from now, or maybe at the end of the month. So not in this one. It's a wonderful addition to you, and you get paid it daily. Second of all, we're going to talk about the matching bonus. This is also known as the training bonus. It's paid up to 5 levels deep, and it's wonderful because, again, you will get 10% matching bonus depending on what happens inside your crowd. For me and your team, for me, this provided 25% of my first 6 figures, which equates to 25,000 inside my country. So it's amazing, and let me show you how it practically worked. At the first level, I joined 26 people. Those 26 people shared with people in their lives. I didn't know them. Most of them I didn't have any idea about who they were. But that by second level, it was 100 people. By the third level, that 100 turned to 500 people. Again, they're just sharing with people they know. By the 4th level, it was over 1,000. And by the 5th level, there was like over 3,000 people through the matching bonus. Not everybody earns, because it takes at different times people understand the new way versus the old way of living. But what happened is, as each learnt and they earned, then I was able to earn up to 5 generations deep to get what I was just telling you before, 25% of my first 6 figures. So how would you like that? Really, really amazing. And all for helping others just to learn the new way of earning. This is something that if you were a trainer in your company, you could never hope to match. Why? Because one, you might be doing it out of love, and just because it's a nice, amazing, wonderful loving thing to do for someone else and the business doesn't pay you. Number two, it could be for a limited time, to a limited amount of people. So you might be paying, just doing it for a week, a month, or something like that. And then it stops, you go back to your normal pay. Number three, you may be doing it to a small group of people or a large group, but you've got a fixed pay. Not so in this one. It just grows exponentially with the amount of people that have been trained by either you, your team, and the crowd. I don't even have to know you. Worldwide, you could be anywhere in the world. And look at this. I could be helping you to learn this new way. You have an aha moment, you start earning, and you're benefiting those above you. So congratulations. Now, those first two helped me to get out of the 9-to-5 grind for the first time to become a six-figure, not just in Crowd1, but in my whole life. Even as a police officer, I worked for 13 years. I went from 50,000 to 77,000 in my currency, 13 years. Well, in 1 year, I was able to do that. Why? Because the profits that are associated with the products and services and the crowd growth are greater than what one job can do. Think of it as a point on a wall. One dot on a wall is your local job. That's all it can get you in ranks and leadership as well as in money. But the rest of the wall, what would the rest of the wall that you'll be looking at? That would be the internet world and the amount of people throughout the earth and the amount of opportunities you can have, especially, for example, a platform that has 7 ways to earn, which are better than 1. Okay, let's look at the residual bonus. It's the one that will help you to stay free from the 9-to-5 grind. And if that's something that really appeals to you, which it should, otherwise you'll be working the rest of your life, then listen carefully to this one. To qualify this, this is about those teams that are building. Remember, each time someone comes on and those teams add up, they give you points. Those points not only help you to earn, they go towards your rank. So if you have a look on the binary points on here, you'll see level 1 right up to level 21. And you'll see a point at it. It's a very few points are needed to get into the team leader 1, 2, 3, and so on. Every time the profits come out monthly, they go into these residual bonus. A portion of it goes into it, and they are shared equally through the 21 different ranks. So in this example, there are 21 million euro shared equally, so 1 million euro per rank. And all it depends on after that is how many people are inside the rank with you and above. So if you're team leader 1, it's like how many people in team leader 1 and above. And if you're coordinator, same, how many people in coordinator 1 and above, and so on. When I first did this one, got my first residual, that was May last year. I was very excited. I didn't have any idea what it would be. I was hoping it would be like a lot of money, and it turned out to be like a price of a small combo. And so I told my sons excitedly the night before, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to the residual tomorrow. They came down, my middle son asked me, Dad, how did it go? What was that residual like? I just checked, and I went, oh, it's not the amount I thought, it's just so small. And I told him, small combo with, and he goes, Dad, is that all? And I didn't laugh really. I just sort of looked at him. Oh. But then I quickly responded, because they were about to do their jobs around the house. He was doing the dishes and my older son was doing the lawn. I said, how would you like it if you go and do those jobs and I paid you this amount today, but for the rest of the next 15 years, you don't have to do that job again. Don't have to do the dishes, and oldest, you don't have to do the lawns, but I'll pay you this amount every month for the next 15 years. See the excitement come on their face, right? And then I said, and guys, you know what this is? That's what this residual bonus is about. Now, it's not going to stay a fixed amount, but can you imagine even such a small amount over time for doing it once is amazing? Well, you know what that one amount has done? I became a director 1-star in November last year, and ever since then, I've been getting a residual income far greater than that small combo. See, I've got it December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So that's 9 months so far. It's fluctuated between this amount and 816 New Zealand dollars to about 960 New Zealand dollars. That is around about 1 week's pay inside New Zealand currency. In Dubai, it's basically a month's pay. So a whole month. Wow, just on this one income. And in Philippines, on average pay, it's about 2 months. So how would you love that? A week, a month, 2 months off. Wow. just to do whatever you want. What would you do with the residual that you would gain? Would you pay all your bills off? What would you do then? Would you have an extra great holidays every 1 week out of 4? What would you do? Well, that's what I'm in the midst of doing, creating for the last 9 months and looking forward to creating it with the further next month, and so on and so on and so on. As I move up and as you move up the ranks, there is more residual which can help to transform your life. I hope that excites you. Not only that, when you get to the Director 1 star and above, there are other incentives and cruises that come up. So yes, everyone gets residual, growing residual as you go up, but plus the earnings, remember. But at Director 1 star, you get a cruise, and that's a 7-night somewhere around the world, and it also includes your return flights. How amazing to be with like-minded, big-hearted people, as well as the management team there, rubbing shoulders with the best, learning and gleaning. That's what I did when I went there in May to Dubai. I gleaned from them. I didn't say much, just listened, looked with big eyes, and learned so much and came back very excited. If you get to President, you know what happens there? You also get what they call a bucket list trip. So even better, can you imagine that? Even better than a cruise and being flown there and back. You get something, mansions, fancy cars, and can you imagine, I don't know, even fancier foods. So just a blessing from all the profits from the products and services growing worldwide. Presidents, this is what we saw happen at the May events in Dubai, is that they now get pins. Wow, these are certified through presidents. At the senior president ambassador levels, they get rings, certified gold and diamond. You can see here an example, the senior president 3-star, 67 natural diamonds, total weight, estimated weight of 0.5 carats, the 18-carat yellow gold ring, total weight 17.34. Look at the ambassador 1-star. Now remember, this company goes up to ambassador 3 stars. This is the 1-star, 496 natural diamonds, total estimated weight 5.95 carats, and 18-carat yellow gold ring, total 34.76 grams. Amazing. So, you know, these are all coming from the lucrative profits from the products and services that have partnered with us, that the partnership that gives 50% back to Crowd1. You and I are rewarded for working hard. Never think that you have to not work to get free stuff. No, this is you and I working hard, moving up slowly, changing a life, rather than staying in the 9-to-5 grind for 30 to 40 plus years. A better way, a faster way. Last of all, I want to tell you about the succession policy, and this should really give you such great peace, because inside your job, if you leave for whatever reason, can you hand it on to the next generation? The short answer, no. So what about your business? Maybe you've got an online business that you're part of, or offline business. And if you're not the co-owner or the owner, can you give it to someone else? Mostly the short answer will be no. So, you know, if you're one of those in the rare company business where you are an owner, co-owner, or they have the succession policy that you can head on to the next generation, like Crowd1, then, you know, be so grateful, because they are few and far between. But if you can put it inside your will, and you can know whatever you build inside Crowd1, that you're going to be able to will it to your next generation. And so if you build it to team leader, then that's a team leader that someone else didn't have to do. And if you build it to director and above, you know, that's something that someone else didn't have to do. So what a blessing, this company, above everything else, that they've put this inside here to say, this is the new way, come with us, let's create something that will change the world. So who can be a part of Crowd1? Everybody. You can be a customer, a member, an entrepreneur. Come on and save, you know, start free even as a member. And as an entrepreneur, well, you can begin with one of our starter packages. So this is for you, the business owner, and let's talk about that now. So we have 4 packages normally, but we have a special promotion that's out, and that gives us a limited edition Titanium Pro package. I want to take you through this, and I hope this excites you. First of all, look at how much they cost. That is a one-off price. That's the big figures above. Look at the little figure just underneath those big figures. You'll see what the total value of the packages are. And as I go through the packages, you're going to go, yeah, they are. So the Mixter is a 12-month membership worth €69, and that is the growing platform. So it's not a platform that's stopped, it's growing before our eyes, and looks like it's going to be the most comprehensive gaming company, perhaps by the end of this year. And so that's what you'll be plugging into, unlimited games for 12 months. Mindo, that is growing 2 new categories in the last week. It's in itself worth €1,068. And that, what price can you put on your personal development? I had one of my family members, they won the lotto. Decades later, they came to another family member, and you know what? They were asking for a handout. So how did that happen? You won the lotto, decades later, you're asking for a handout. You know what happened? They hadn't grown themselves personally, so they were given a handout, a hand up, and then they lost it and defaulted back to the old way, the old way of how they used to live their life, or how they normally live. And that's what will happen to you and I. Anytime that we don't grow ourselves, we will default back to the old way, financially, relationship-wise, and in any other wise. So grow yourself with Mindo, growing platform, and you can benefit from all of our packages. Life trends, that's travel. The greater the package, the greater the benefit. Loyalty points, the greater the package, the greater the loyalty points. Black package, you get Planet IX picks and above, or every other package above that. Gold packages and above, you get Link Me, that's the virtual business card for free. See, any other lower package, you can purchase them, but some packages, the higher the packages, the greater benefits that are within them. Titanium, you get the new coming product, which is SÄNG or social media. That's coming, Titanium and Titanium Pro, congratulations. And it's not on here, but we know that this Titanium Pro package is going to have the multi-wallet for free as part of that. So congratulations. Every new product and service will be included somewhere in the packages. Most likely the highest one will have them all, and those beneath will have most. So choose your package wisely, a one-off payment. When I joined, none of these existed. We just got the Crowd1 rewards, which are awesome, and also that one product, which was Migrate Hub. Now you get so much more, and it's growing every day, every week, every month. On top of that, what you saw, we have an epic promotion, and that's for another few more days to the 1st September. What does the epic do? Well, it takes whatever package you're looking at here and gives you a free upgrade to the next one. So perhaps you were looking at the black. Well, you're going to get the gold for free. Maybe you will look at the gold. Well, you'll get the titanium for free. How about if you're doing the titanium? Well, you get the titanium pro for free. Or maybe you're looking at it a bit differently. You'll look at the, oh, I was going for the black, but now I only have to pay for the white, see? And then you'll get it. So then you can utilize that money in a different way. It's up to you, however you build. I would ask you 2 questions as an entrepreneur. One is, what do you want this to be for you as the entrepreneur? You know, is it your life changer, or is it just something a little extra on the side? See, that'll help you to determine what package you're going to go for and how you'll utilize the promotions that I'm sharing with you, because I've got another 2 to show you. Secondly, I want to ask you is, when do you want this to be the life changer for you? Because that, if it's 6 months, is much different from 10 years. You know, you'll progress yourself in a different way, slowly for a 10-year. But if it's 6 months, you'll be involved, invested, and you'll do as much as you can, right, in order for you to have that life change. So ask yourself those 2 questions. What do you want this to be for? When do you want it to be? So that you can make the choices as wise as you can. What else do we have? We have a supercharged rank booster. This is available from now to the end of the year. What that does is, remember I told you at the points, you get 10% of the earnings, as well as it adds to your leadership rank, which is your residual. So they are the kickstart out of your 9-to-5 grind, and they are also the one that will keep you free from the 9-to-5 grind. Well, if you plug in now, between now and the end of the year, you'll get 30% more points that will go towards your earnings, as well as to your rank up. How would you like that? Next, we also have the Titanium Pro Builder. Now, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and only came out over the last few days. This is only available to purchase from now to September the 7th. And what does this allow you to do? This allows you, 1, to get 40% more points than the normal. What does that 40% points enable you to do? That means to get 40% extra towards your earnings, as well as to you ranking up. So remember those 2 questions I asked you. What do you want Crowd1 to be for you as an entrepreneur, and how soon? If you know that, then that means you'll be able to benefit from the rank booster promotions of 40% right up to the end of this year, either 30 or 40. What do you want to benefit from? Again, this is just showing you, if you want to do the rank booster promotion, then this will cost, for someone who's not a titanium pro builder, 1,888. If you're already a pro, it'll cost you 888. And what will the booster also do besides the 40% rank? It will give you 6 people at the top of your binary tree, or the top of your 2 teams. So if you've already, for example, got your spouse as the top of your tree, your sibling, adult sibling, or someone else precious in your life, this will give you 6 spots for you to give to 6 amazing eagles or great moving people that want to become entrepreneurs and change their life at the very top of you, underneath you. And what will that do? That'll benefit your most precious people as they build, as well as all your team. So consider this. If you've answered those 2 questions, this is what I want it to be for me, and this is when I want it to do it for me by. Okay, plug in, get your Titanium Pro builder, or if you're already a pro, then upgrade and get yourself those 6 spots plus the 40% rank booster, which is available to the end of the year. Last time to mention it to you, once in a lifetime opportunity is never coming again. So get your ducks in a row to get one of these spots as a T Pro or as a new T Pro member. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So no matter how you want to build, as an entrepreneur, as a member, as a customer, then you know what? There's 2 ways to come in presently, Bitcoin and Ethereum, that's crypto, and we have a voucher system. One is instant, one takes a little bit longer, but that's there fine. Talk to the person who invited you to listen to this today or watch this today. And last of all, I just want to share a little bit about who I am, and then we're going to close out because we've got another presentation coming on very, very shortly. And so my name is Stephen. You've heard that as I've been speaking through this. You've heard that I'm very successful in Crowd1. I love this company. I'm the leader inside New Zealand presently, and I love that it's been able to free me from the 9-to-5 grind to where I am now for the last nearly 18 months. What you don't know is that when I was in my 40s, 43, I came home from policing one day, and I found my whole life had fallen apart. Family home we had, 3 kids. And I came home to find that my wife had moved out with half the property, the kids, and very quickly after that, we had to sell our home. $500,000 went out the door, and I was back living as with my parents inside the room that I'd grown up in. Very humbling, nothing left, and it was a very bleak future. It took me 2 years to work it through. You know what? It caused me to reflect on life and to sort out things that I hadn't done before, that I was too rushing through life, not listening to the warning signs. And so once I was able to pause, forced to stop and pause, then I was able to sort through those things. And then a few years later, I was able to go, you know what? I couldn't see a way forward, but the online space, someone suggested it to me. And I just started to look at the online space, and I keep falling and failing forward. I didn't know what to do initially because it was so new to me. And but by the time I got to Crowd1, said no 3 times, at least I knew a little bit about it. So when I got locked in through COVID, then I was able to say yes the 4th time, and that's transformed my life. Where was I as I said yes that 4th time? I was getting locked in my home. My credit card was going up. I was in between jobs because I left it. Would you believe it? Some would say the most unfortunate time. I would say the most fortunate time, because it actually caused me to really make the most of Crowd1. And so I had a credit card going up, going out of control, maxing out. I had my kids that I still had to feed, my bills to pay, and I just plugged into as much as I could, learned as much as I could, and now I'm able to serve you today. I'm able to give from my heart and share with you worldwide. I get no money from doing this. It's just the 7 different ways, plus others, that helped me to change my life, and I hope that I've inspired you enough to consider something new during times like this. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you another time. I hope to meet you one day. If you join Crowd1, and if not, just on the beaches or the places around the world when we're allowed to, let's connect, say hi, and until next time, I want to wish you the best.
Awesome, Stephen. Thank you so much for that amazing presentation. I know we have to close out right now to jump across to our interactive process training with Thursday night Kingdom and Queens. I just want to tap on those for who are in the room here in Zoom and those who perhaps are still on live streaming and Facebook. You know, Stephen's presented some very key questions here, and I think the obvious ones is, you know, it's very in your face, as in where you were, where you are, and boy, where you're going, you know, and there's no hiding away from those questions anymore. Yeah. The easy times have passed. It's time now to make some very new decisions about where we're at. All I know is that we were schooled to trade time, to work hard for money. What's been presented to you here is that, you know, if you're determined to learn, you can learn how to have money work hard for you. The greatest need is to become better. The better you, a better version of you each and every day. So like Stephen said, ask yourself the question, what do you want? What do you need? And when do you want it to be? So get about it, and love yous, and we'll see you on another session. Take care.